In this video, we will briefly introduce the concept of drilling fluid filtration loss and also describe how the filtration loss test is done and touch on the information gained from this test. Either static or dynamic, fluid can be lost into the formation initially as a spurt loss and later as continuous loss during the entire drilling operation. Continuous loss of the liquid to permeable formations is due to a positive differential pressure, which is equal to the difference between fluid pressure in the well and the formation pressure. The solids deposited at the wall of the wellbore create a mud cake. As the mud cake becomes thicker, the chance of swabbing inducing kicks and formation damage in the pay zone both increase. Therefore, filtration loss should be reduced as much as possible. In order to measure the fluid loss, we use the standard API filtration loss test apparatus. The test is conducted under 100 psi nitrogen pressure, which is applied to the drilling fluid placed into a standard cylindrical filter press cell, which has a circular cross-sectional area of 45.8 centimeters squared. Before the test begins, we need to assemble the pieces of the test cell together. First, insert the screen at the bottom, followed by the filter paper, the O-ring, and then the rest of the cylindrical cell. Fill up the test cell with the drilling fluid as much as possible. Attach the test cell to the stand. Securely fasten the cap on top of the cell. The cap is connected to the nitrogen tank. Make sure that everything is well sealed as the standard 100 psi nitrogen pressure will be applied. Place a graduated cylinder below the chamber. Once the tank is on, water will be squeezed out of the drilling fluid and collected in the graduated cylinder. Every few minutes, record the amount of water collected in the graduated cylinder. The test is completed after 30 minutes. The tank pressure is then turned off. Release the pressure which is being applied on the test cell by opening the relief valve. When the pressure is released, open the top cap and discard the remaining fluids from the cell. Now remove the mud cake from the bottom of the test cell, and after a short rinsing, measure the cake thickness. Filter cake thickness is measured in units of 1/32 of an inch. The excess liquid mud is discarded, and after a short rinsing to remove the remaining liquid mud, which is the remaining volume of mud from which the water has been preferentially removed. The filter cake is thus far denser than the original sample. Filter cake thickness is measured in units of 1/32 of an inch. Based on the data gathered by the test, the volume collected in 30 minutes is reported as the standard fluid loss. Abbreviated tests can also be done according to these equations. In this video, we briefly described the drilling fluid filtration loss and the effect that it has on a drilling process. We also explained how the filtration loss test apparatus can be used to measure the drilling fluid filtration loss.